Greetings. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mushtaq Memon, Professor Emeritus from Washington State University. Today we are going to talk about my assignment in Jordan. Jordan is located in the Middle East, bordered on the west with Israel, and in the north with Syria, and in the south and southeast is with Saudi Arabia. This was a volunteer assignment funded by USAID under the Farmer to Farmer program and implemented by ACDI VOCA, which is a very large NGO based in the United States. I have discussed details about how the volunteer assignments are created and implemented in my previous video on Nepal. So here, the focus was in the Badia region of Jordan, which is a very large area, by the way, and has quite a few sheep and goats. As you can see here, the number is about close to 600,000. So the goal of this assignment was to try to help farmers how they can improve their livestock production of sheep and goat, obviously. So at that point, the practice was they were breeding their female sheep and goat with males which they liked. And the criteria was that how farmers thought that this animal looks good on the basis of phenotypic characteristics of the animal. So we discussed about that and tried to influence them that this should be done by other tests which will be more objective, that you can tell which male is good, which is not. So with that, we started, in this area, as you can see from this picture, is a fairly harsh area for animals to survive. It has got very limited vegetation and very limited availability of water. In fact, in some areas, there's no water at all. So the water is brought in by trucks, which get pretty expensive most of the time. And it gets very hot. As you can see in this picture, the sheep and goat are getting shelter in the shadow of the truck because outside is very hot. So to start with objective evaluation or assessment of the male reproduction, one of the most important thing about this evaluation is to measure the size of the testes. Bigger the testes, more sperm are produced. So we literally sit down and try to measure. As you can see in this picture, I have a plastic measuring tape which I have applied on these testes and trying to show that how large the testes are. So after that, we did quite a few other things. Another important thing is to try to collect semen and then evaluate the semen. And then we have a criteria about how many sperm should be there, what type of sperm motility is there. So this picture shows here the microscope is sitting in the back of this pickup truck. And I am showing the slide to the farmer, the semen slide where sperm are moving under the microscope. So he appreciated that efforts and the objective evaluation of it. So having this truck in the middle of the field with no electricity, so portable batteries were brought in. So quite a few efforts went into try to do these examinations and come up with some conclusive ideas or recommendations. I had also other encounters trying to interact with our farmers. So this farmer, interestingly, is showing me the pharmaceuticals he has, which he had stored in this cloth bag and hanging in this tent where he lived. Now, as I mentioned, this area gets very hot. And many of the medications he was showing me were expired antibiotics, and there were some vaccines, very old ones. And so I tried to discuss with him the importance of proper temperature storage for these drugs. And then without any proper diagnosis, antibiotic use is not probably good. So we went through a lot of these discussions, but I appreciated their efforts and their best intention to keep these animals healthy and then try to work with them in a way so that they could have improvement in the flock production there. So as I mentioned earlier, this effort was with the help of many collaborators. Obviously, ACDI VOCA is the one who provided the on-field resources, but it was definitely helped by my host organization there, which is the body research program of the National Center for Research and Development of Jordan government. And Jordan University of Science and Technology, what they call JEST, very helpful. My counterparts, colleagues, theogenologists in the Faculty of Veterinary Science were extremely helpful. They are the ones who let me borrow their microscope. And some of them, they came with me to many of these field trips to try to accomplish our assignment. Royal Botanic Garden of Jordan, very impressive institution, and they know inside out of that area. So their veterinarians were very kind to take me in different parts and show me that some areas of Badia was really almost like desert, whereas some other areas have more vegetation and availability of the water. So it was really mutually beneficial assignment, hopefully for the farmers and the people who were working with me, and also for me to learn more about how the livestock is raised in different parts of the world. So my next video is going to be focused on training of the trainers. Very different concept, and I hope you will join me again. Until then, I wish you well, and see you soon. Thank you.